welcome to another crochet tutorial with me, Laura, and in this video we're going to be making part 2 of our flower pentagon. And in my last video I showed you how to make the main flower pentagon here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make the triangle flower triangle and show you how to join it all together. We've got a little bit of the pink left, so hopefully we won't run out, but we're using the same weight yarn as the main flower pentagon. So this is a DK light worsted weight yarn, and with that I'm using a 3.5mm E4 crochet hook. My camera shows it. What we're going to do though is we're going to start off with a chain 4 loop. So you can use the magic circle if you prefer as well, but I'm going to use the chain 4 loop. And begin by chaining 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, chain 4. Then we're going to put our hook into our first chain and bring the yarn through the first chain and straight through the loop on our hook. So I think most of us know how to do a chain 4 loop. And we're going to work some stitches into the middle of that chain 4 loop, not to confuse it with that first chain hole which can look bigger. We need to make sure we work into the middle, and into there we're going to do 12 double crochet, so not 10 this time like the main flower. We're going to do 12. We're going to start off with a little chain 1 for leverage, and this pattern's in US terminology, so we're going to yarn over to do a double crochet. In UK terminology this is going to be a treble, and we're going to put our hook into the middle and just wrapping it around the chains. Let's do a double crochet, and we want 12 of those, so that's 1. Go back in there again, 2, and you might have to move them over a little bit. So coming up to the end, 11 and 12. Now if you're using a thicker yarn you may struggle to fit all these in, so something that might help with that is just working with a bigger size hook, but hopefully you've managed to fit 12 double crochet in there. I'm just going to pull the middle a little bit and we're going to slip stitch into our first double crochet. Let's find your first double crochet and just slip stitch into there to join the round, so you should have 12 double crochet. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do a little chain 1 and we'll do a very similar thing to the main flower in the pentagon. Going to go back into the same stitch we just slip stitched into. If I zoom in a little bit, and we're going to start off with a single crochet. So go back into there and do a single crochet. Then we're going to do a double crochet. So it's the same as the flower, double crochet. So that in UK terminology that would be a double crochet, then a treble. So a single crochet and a double crochet, and then we're going to do 1 treble. So that was when we wrapped the yarn around our hook twice. That's known as a double treble in UK terminology. And whenever we do a double crochet or bigger, we just yarn over, pull through 2 until we get to 1 loop. So do a treble. And then we're going to do a triple treble crochet in US terminology. So that's when we wrap the yarn around our hook 4 times, 3 and 4. In UK terminology that is known as a quadruple crochet stitch. So go back into the same stitch again, bring the yarn through, and it works in the same way. We just pull through 2 until we get to the end, and you pull through 2 5 times. Okay, so it's very similar for the main flower. And then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and then we need to stop at this point. Normally we would create a little picot if we were making the flower pentagon, but this is where we're going to join this together. So we chain 2 and then we're going to slip stitch in. You need to work out how many you're joining. So we're joining the let's say here, these 2 together here, and we want to create the little triangle in there. So we're going to need to connect this to 2 points on our flower pentagons. Now where we're joining on the flower pentagons is this little chain 5 space here, if you remember creating in the previous video. So we're going to look for the next one along from here, so this one here, and you can tidy up the tail ends there. So I'm going to just for this video choose one that's nice and neat and find another chain 5 space there, and we're going to connect those two chain five spaces together. So to do that, we've chained 2 on here, and then we're going to put our hook into, so if I zoom in a little bit, we've done our chain 2, we're going to put our hook into that 5 chain space on this one, and then the 5 chain space on this one. And making sure the yarn is over the top, we're just going to grab that yarn and bring it through both of those chain 5 spaces. And then straight through the loop on your hook as well. Then we're going to chain 2 again from there, 1 and 2. We're going to slip stitch in the top of our previous big stitch here, so creating that picot. So find this big stitch, and then the stitch at the top, we're just going to slip stitch in to there. So I didn't grab the yarn properly. Let's try that again. Bring that through to do a slip stitch. Then we're going to do this petal in reverse in the next stitch. So we're going to start off with that triple treble crochet. So wrap the yarn around your hook 4 times, then go into the next stitch on here, and then just pull through 2 until you get to the end. My camera doesn't know what to focus on. So your triple treble. Then it was a treble crochet, so that's wrap the yarn around your hook twice. Then a double crochet. So this should seem familiar if you've made the pentagon already. And then a single crochet in there as well. And also a little slip stitch in there as well. And that completes the first petal, and it is joined on to the 2 corners here, these 2 little picots here. So that's connected. So now what we're going to do is we're going to connect it in the middle. So on this edge, so between these chain 5 spaces, we've got these 3 little chain 2 spaces as well, and the one in the middle we're going to connect to next. So what we're going to do after that slip stitch is chain 2, 1 and 2, chain 2, and we're going to do a slip stitch join again. So we're going to put our hook into this middle chain 2 space on here, bring the yarn through there and straight through the loop on your hook as well. Okay, which hopefully you'll do neater than me. Then we're going to chain 2 again, and we're going to skip the next stitch on the main circle, and we're going to then start our next petal. So skip the next stitch on there, then in the next stitch we start doing our next petal. So we start off with a single crochet, a double crochet, the treble, then the triple treble, so that's around your hook 4 times, back into the same stitch, I feel like I'm fighting to keep this camera in focus. It just wants to focus on the background, so there we go. Okay, so after we've done that, we do that little chain 2, and this time we're going to connect this part of the triangle to these 2 here. Now this one already has a triangle in it, but the same thing applies. We're going to put it through this chain 5 space, and then just bring the hook down, and then go for the next chain 5 space, bring the yarn through those 2 chain 5 spaces and through the loop on your hook, and then we do a chain 2 again, 1 and 2, and then we do a slip stitch in the top of that big stitch. That means we've now joined that corner. Then we need to do the other half of the petals. So we start off with the wrapping yarn around our hook 4 times, the triple treble, go into the next stitch, pull through 2, 5 times, then we do a treble, so that's around your hook twice. I'm so sorry this keeps going out of focus. Why won't it stay in focus? Sometimes I think this camera is cursed, I really do. Then a double crochet, double crochet, then a single crochet, then a slip stitch as well. Okay, and then we need to, let's just flatten that down and work out where we need to go next. So that's our next chain 5 space here, and we need to do the join on the side. So we look for these 3 chain 2 spaces, and the one in the middle is what we want to connect to now. So we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and I can't even do a chain 2 anymore. This is going so wrong. Chain 2, find the middle picot, chain 2 space, put your hook in there, and then grab the yarn and bring that through like so. Then we chain 2 again, we skip the next stitch on the main circle, and then we start our next petal in the next stitch. So we do a single crochet, so we do the single crochet, then it was the double crochet, then the treble, then the triple treble, 3 and 4, then we do the chain 2. So this would be our triangle in the middle here. So we're looking for these, the next 2 chain 5 spaces. So it's going to be this one here, and if we just 1, 2, 3 bumps there, there it is, the next one there. So we're going to put our hook into those, so into that chain 5 space. I go to focus and then it goes to focus, it's playing with me. And then in this chain 5 space as well, and then we yarn over, bring that through both of those chain 5 spaces, and then through the loop there, and then we chain 2 to secure, slip stitch in the top of that previous big stitch, and then we're going to start these stitches in reverse. So we do the triple treble, going into the next stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2, do that 5 times, then we do the treble in the same stitch. Then it was the double crochet in the same stitch, then the single crochet in there as well, and then a slip stitch. Okay, so the only place that's left to join now is this last bit in the middle. So what we do is we're going to chain 2 from here, chain 2, and then we find 3 bumps in the middle, and then the one in the middle, there's 2 chain space in the middle. So we're going to put our hook into there, grab the yarn, bring it through the 2 chain space and the loop on our hook, chain 2. And to finish up, we're going to skip 1, and then in the next stitch, we're just going to finish up with a little slip stitch in there. Okay, and then that is the end of that, and we can cut our yarn. Bring that through. Okay, so we should have joined, let's move these out a bit, we should have joined here, here and here, the main points of the triangle, but also there, there and there. So I'm just going to move this tail end to the back so we can have a proper look. So there we go, and there we go. So I just tidied up my tail ends a little bit, and if I zoom out, there we go. So I've got this sort of shape here now. So what I would then do is make another pentagon shape here, and we'd have another triangle there, another triangle here, and slowly we would join it all up. So there we go, that is the little triangle piece that fits in between the pentagons. And I suppose eventually you'd end up with like a sort of pink star. You'd have a triangle here, here and here. You'd have a sort of 5-pointed star on every corner of the pentagon. But I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. I hope you've managed to follow along and can make some really cute little projects with these 2 designs. Let me know in the comments below what you would turn this into, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon for some more crochet fun. And don't forget to join me on Instagram if you have Instagram as well, at Happy Berry Crochet, because I do a lot of live lessons over there and behind the scenes as well. So I'm just waffling now, so I'm gonna go. I'll see you soon for some more crochet fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.